But listen, are you a fine wine drinker?
I'm not a wine connoisseur, but I love my wine, and this is the one thing South Africans can be truly proud of. It is our wines.
It is our tradition. And, you know, like a fine wine, investment, these two things are quite alike because they require patience, you know, a combination of fine work and expertise in what you do.
Exactly. That is why Old Mutual partnered with our South African wine industry to bring to you the Old Mutual Trophy Wine Show.
Like investments, fine wines require time to mature. Both need specialist care, a fine blend of patience, expertise and commitment. With so much in common, Old Mutual partnered with leaders in South Africa's wine industry to bring about the country's premier competition, the Old Mutual Trophy Wine Show, proudly carrying SA's rich winemaking tradition into the future.
The relationship between Old Mutual and the Old Mutual Trophy Wine Show and wine is quite an important one to us. Firstly, the way we always look at things is we start off with the customers. Our customers, and a significant portion of our customers in the middle to the upper end of the market, enjoy wine incredibly. At the very same time, we do have products and solutions that we provide to those customers. So the benefit of having a sponsorship is how can you engage with customers in the way that they enjoy, but also create a link between your business and their level of enjoyment. So what we have found is that the link between wine is very close to our investment products. Investing is about deep technical skills. Investing is about quality. The making of wine is also about quality. So there's a natural link for us and a natural atmosphere in which we can engage our customers from a lifestyle enjoyment perspective as well as business, and hence the sponsorship of the Trophy Wine Show.
Taking that one step further, you really have jumped at the opportunity to also invest in skills development through the academy. Why is this such an important part of what you guys do with this particular program?
The wine industry is firstly a large employer, a significant employer, particularly in the Western Cape. The sustainability of the industry is also quite important, and the sustainability of the industry is dependent on the skills that come from the industry. So we saw it fit together with Michael Frigion, who's the chairman of the judging panel, to invest in the skills around judging and development of the judges. At the same time, we also partner along the same lines, on the same program with the University of Cape Town. And it's really to create the sustainability of the industry, because a sustainable industry will succeed both locally and internationally. And that's the real reason why we see skills development as critical for the wine industry.
Michael, what a treat being able to plug into your great wine mind. I know this is a very rare pleasure. Likewise, for everyone that gets plugged into the academy and goes through the process with you, where did the relationship begin? How did this all begin for you and Old Mutual?
I think when we wanted to come up with a show that was different and which helped the industry to benchmark itself internationally, there was a logical fit with Old Mutual. But the whole point about a wine show really is to discern the inherent value in a good bottle of wine and also its future potential. And that, after all, is essentially what an investment company should be doing for its members. We noticed after a few years of running the competition that we didn't necessarily have the number of judges that were required to do the job properly. The industry typically used to call upon winemakers to be judges, but they didn't have specific training. So it was necessary to create an academy to formulate an agenda and a curriculum from which we could then draw upon the successful judges to fill our panels and the shows going forward. Well, the academy requires firstly that you should be able to tell good wine from bad, which in a sense means distinguishing faulty from non-faulty wine. It requires that you should have a clear idea of what you're seeking in a particular class, and that in turn requires that you should have a broad view of that category as a whole. So we present a lot of international wines, and that enables people who've not necessarily had the opportunity of tasting them in the everyday course of their involvement with the industry to get a broader sense of what the category can offer. And then finally, we want the judges to be able to understand what it was that the winemaker intended. And that requires, if you like, a kind of metatextual approach, where they have to understand the wine and then understand the aesthetic message that the winemaker wished to communicate.
I have to ask, for someone with such a diverse and well-educated palate, in your mind, what makes a good glass of wine?
It's the glass that's in front of you at that time. Thank you.
Young connoisseurs from SA's Wine Judging Academy also get the chance to gain experience as associate judges at this prestigious event.
My love for wine started at the University of Cape Town when I joined the UCT Wine Society. And the thing is, before that, when I was in high school, I remember my father and his friends, when they drank wine, they always made a fuss. And I'd see them lifting glasses and smelling, and I'd have a taste or two of the wines, and I found them very bitter and dry. And I was quite fascinated about that. So when I went to university, I was actually quite interested. I really wanted to pick up and see what the fuss was all about.
When did you know that now this was something that you actually wanted to take seriously, that you started to develop a bit of a palate?
I'd say at probably the end of first year, university, where I actually started attending every Friday, and it started making sense, and I put in quite a bit of effort, and I started drinking more wine.
So like most students, yeah?
Yes, no, definitely.
Putting in the effort. So now let's talk about the Academy. What a wonderful experience, time to plug into other like-minded people. What did you gain out of that whole experience?
The Judging Academy was a turning point, which was really fantastic, because what it does is it teaches you to judge in a judging environment, similar to a wine competition.
And you would have needed to have gone through that pressure, of course, to be an associate judge yourself. What was that like?
It was a great experience, very intense, but I was up to it, and really incredible, especially judging with local and international judges that I look up to. So it was really a great learning curve and a great experience.
The 2014 Old Mutual Trophy Wine Show judging took place in May. The Fairburn Capital Trophy for the show's top-performing winery went to KWV.
After a few hugely enriching hours, I can definitely see the synergy between the mastery of what Old Mutual do and the intricacies of the wine industry. For those of us who aren't quite on Michael's level, though, I suppose the best investment we can make is in furthering our own education, seeking the most sound financial advice, and yes, taking a little time out to enjoy the finer things in life.